sound guy Watt, if you're listening, he did better than you with no headphones.
No, he didn't.
That's all right. Where's Peanut when you need her?
Yeah.
All right, we're live.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Well, hold on. 1 second. Oh, tonight's a big fail, huh?
Yeah, no, that was.
Let me do this. This is probably gonna echo as a motherfucker, but let's see. Hold on, is that echoing for you guys?
Nope.
All right. What's up, everybody? My headphones aren't working.
Oh, this is very like daytime TV.
Yeah.
Smooth jazz opening it up.
Very nice.
Oh, we got Captain Awesome one. Is that that's Road Nation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Road Nation is with us?
What's up, everybody? Sorry for the delay. My headphones decided not to work the last second, so I am like, I feel like I'm doing a stream with naked.
Yeah, you are kind of.
I mean? So I am headphoneless tonight, but it's working. And you guys hearing an echo in the comments?
I think we're okay.
Hopefully not.
Ever so slightly, barely none.
All right. Cool. So, what do you want to start with first, Kate?
So, can we just talk about BAO?
Yeah.
That was the most amazing freaking video. So here's the big question, because I know that there's been some rumors swirling around. Did he get shot? It's a one-word answer. No, he didn't get shot. That's a lie. And that's some clickbait bullshit right there. So the guy did not get shot. One of his cohorts got shot with those pepper balls. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
little pepper spray. So we actually have the video, right?
Yes, I do.
And I gave you the timestamp when to start.
Yep. Oh, Jen J has a very good point. Let's see. We can go. I'm just gonna go with a quick like. All right, there you go.
Thank you, Mitch.
Sorry, I'm not in the groove tonight.
It's all right. It's a Tuesday.
All right, cool. So yeah, so we do have a video. Real quick, Murpha, your mask and I got a hand sanitizer for you are all packaged up and I'm sending it out tomorrow. So
that was really nice of you.
We hooked it up.
We love Murpha.
Yep, he's done a lot for us. So
I love him even if he does nothing for us. He's just a great guy.
So, I mean, shit. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like the least I could do. All right, so yeah, we do have a video. I've been seeing a lot of people saying that it's gone private, but not so much, I guess, because
we're watching it anyway. Let's marvel at this. This is probably the best.
This starts out with like 20 minutes in, where it gets good.
Yep.
So
so to set the scene up until this point, they've been like, kind of riding around, just being obnoxious and like really trying to cause some problems. So this is where it led.
Yeah. So I've been waiting to watch. I haven't watched this yet. I've been waiting all day to watch this live. So
all right, let's do it.
I haven't seen it either. So
you guys can hear it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look. They're searching back here.
All right, so there's like cops and they're cop watching, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here.
Is there no audio?
No, it's just real quiet. Yeah, don't worry. It's
going from like 0 to 100 because I was lining this up a couple minutes ago.
Go fuck yourself.
I heard that one.
You're gonna gun me down, bitch! Yeah, fucking stop. Over a fucking light. And this motherfucker sitting there shining his lights in my face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a good way to start. Like, this is how you should interact with people. There he is.
And threatening violence
So
against
that's him right there.
you.
Moving forward towards the police.
Call your fucking dog off. Call your fucking dog off right now.
Blinding him with his light.
You stupid bitch.
He's over here shining this shit.
He's a fucking dumbass.
Hey, leave him alone. Leave him alone, motherfucker.
Oh.
Fuck. He's
He cannot outrun that police officer. Just saying.
Don't shut them out, guys.
He just ran. Like, he did something.
Some of the guys have guns and everything. What a fucking pussy ass dick. You wonder why people hate you guys? This is why. You okay, dude?
Get a manager.
Stupid motherfucker.
You gotta honor that price.
I love how it's always give me another cop. Like there's a cop arresting you, but I want another cop. No, I want a cop higher than you.
Yeah.
That's
He said, "Get a manager." Like,
right.
It's like a Karen thing to say.
I was just gonna say, don't ever go full Karen, okay? Like, just don't do that. And he just went full freaking
yeah.
Karen.
Oh, he did. He absolutely went full.
Now,
Karen.
as we go through, can we just see in the comments on a scale of 1 to Joe Orga, where do these screams rate? I just want to know.
Oh, man.
They're up there. They're not quite Orga, but they're definitely up there.
Yeah, they're for sure. Orga's going to hold that title for a while.
I'd give it an 8.
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah.
I wanted to say something. I'll finish after the video, though. Go ahead.
Doing to him.
Guys, look at what you did.
Someone choked him out, motherfuckers. Choked him out. Fucking ass pig. Watch his head. Watch his head. Don't let his head. Oh, shut up.
Wash his head.
Jesus, you guys better be careful.
Everybody backs up now.
Back up.
Everybody back in the suit.
Get off of him, though. Charles, no. Okay, we're backing up. We're backing up. We're backing up, sir.
You're definitely moving forward, though.
Shut the fuck
Get back to work.
No,
Come on. Stop, sir.
are you supposed to be? Hey,
Getting you out of the way.
no, don't keep your fucking hands up. Who was?
Next.
Well,
Okay. So there was the shot.
Right, so pause that real quick.
Yeah. I mean, that was. I mean, anyone that's ever heard a gunshot in their life knows that was 100% not a
Right.
real.
That didn't even sound like, like there's like, when you're poor, like I was back in the day, like you're real ghetto, you knew the difference between a firework and a gunshot, right? That doesn't register on either. That was clearly, they were, that was non-lethal. Those were those pepper ball things. So, and I mean, obviously, like, it's clear to me why it happened.
I mean, my paintball gun sounds more forceful than that.
Right.
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Oh, there.
Nobody's gonna hurt you. Just film. Just watching you guys be violent. Man, you guys, you have a suspect to deal with. You're gonna assault the camera people. Hey, original suspect, you're on now. You got a suspect, and you're gonna fucking attack the news.
Attack the news.
You guys are animals.
You are not the news.
So proud.
Yeah. See, look at right there. Okay.
You need to speak to a sergeant.
You can see the paintball gun. Yeah.
Yep. So right there.
Well, it's not paintball, but
So that's
yeah,
not even that. So that's not even a pepper ball. That's a paintball gun, right?
Well, it
No.
shoots pepper. It shoots pepper
Does it?
balls.
yeah, it's
Okay.
pepper ball.
It's the same thing as a paintball gun. It just shoots pepper balls.
All right.
Yeah.
So anyone that says that he got shot, I mean, Come on.
This Tucson Lori too, like she's really helping the situation here. I know that if you see your buddy getting arrested, 9 times out of 10, the best idea is always obviously to say like, watch his head, you motherfucker, you dick sucker. Like that's really going to help the situation.
Yeah. So I
We
mean,
should do that
Better
in
to shout
all-
like,
in all
cooperate, go peacefully.
yeah. So I get the pepper, like I get the pepper balls, like they sting your eyes and stuff like that. But the force behind it is no more than a paintball gun.
Yeah, no, they can't be.
No,
it's not like a pleasant experience. I'm not like I would like
I
that
used
to happen to me tomorrow.
I used to go around and shoot. We used to shoot each other for fun with my paintball gun. So,
Right,
I mean,
right. I remember being a kid and doing the same thing.
Yeah,
As,
I mean,
as close as you can get, bare skin, see the welts pop up. Like I survived.
yeah. All right. So easy on the whole he got shot thing for
Yeah,
sure.
nobody got shot.
Yeah.
Well,
Pipe
you
down
know
here.
what that all was.
Pipe
That
down.
was
Tuck has bail. I'm staying here. I'm staying right here.
Get out of the road. You just want to leave it there now? You don't like this? The First Amendment? What?
Okay, wait. Don't. Okay, I'm just trying to get away from you, sir. You're very dangerous. Fucking crazy motherfucker.
So come on and tell
You
us
guys
about
are
it, no
the
name.
biggest fucking gang around. What, Chloe? What? Yes, sir. Oh, motherfucker. They got BAO and
Joe, it's a girl.
Piece of a weapon out there's in my bra.
Wait, did she say she had a weapon in her bra?
I don't know.
Oh man.
something about her, bro. I don't know.
Holy fuck.
Hey, we need somebody watching them.
That was the most exercise this lady has gotten in like 6 months.
Yeah.
Hands down.
All right. So is it over or
They
is there
still got
is there
BAO?
more?
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much the extent of it. So like, yeah,
Yeah.
no one got
So
shot.
he had on his own video,
Oh, God.
like the video goes all the way while he's still like in the cruiser and stuff.
I
right?
have that. Do you want that?
I mean, how good it? Oh, someone's still screaming. Jesus. How
Yeah, I mean they were an unruly bunch. That's why they got pepper balled. I've never used that word in my life before, but I just did pepper balled. That's why that happened very clearly. I mean, like if you don't want to get some form of non-lethal crowd control, then you should probably dial it down. I would think, right?
So do we have any idea of like what was going on?
Yeah, no, they were just inciting the police. They were acting unruly. That's what happened. And you know, when they're told to like stand down and they don't, that's the end result of that one right there.
Yeah, you could clearly see BAO or however you say his name, BAO.
Ow.
At the beginning of the video, he's like running towards the police and then shouting like, I mean, if you're doing something like that, like I don't know what you're planning on doing. Maybe you're trying to hurt me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not a good foot to, start on right there. Generally, if nothing else, just pragmatically speaking, they have the pepper spray and they have the guns. So you should, probably dial it down a little bit, take a breath, think about what the fuck you're doing. Or you're gonna end up now. Hold on, let me do the screen share thing, and it's mostly audio because it's dark, obviously. It's in the back of a cruiser.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna play it.
All right. I'm getting reports that this is a fake no name.
Yeah, it's a fake no name.
So everybody knows.
Yeah. All right.
So
So this
All
is
right,
this is in the back of the cruiser. Thank you, Unchained.
Oh yeah, Unchained. Thank you. Hit that like button and show some love.
Or don't. I don't know.
The real no name has my number. He can call me if he wants
Fucking
to figure out
smash
how to get
that
on.
like button.
All
Smash
right.
that shit. All right.
So-
Wow, you have been watching a lot of marijuana videos.
What?
You've been
No,
watching-
this is all his channel.
Oh, it is. Okay. I'm like, wow.
No. Don't put that evil on me. All right. So here he is in the back of the cruiser.
All right.
Is it working?
Yeah, no, he's just moaning a little now.
Please give me some air and water. Please. Please give me some air and water, Mr. Officer.
Please, can I have water?
Please give me some water.
Air and water, Mr. Officer.
Please give me
Thank you,
some water and
Penelope.
air. Mr.
Appreciate it.
Officer. Please. I can't breathe.
You're talking so you can breathe. Just throwing that out there.
Please, Mr. Officer. Mr. Officer, please.
Okay, this is so. This is how the hell? What is his name? What of BAO?
Please give me some
Clash with
BAO.
BAO.
water.
Clash with BAO.
Yeah, please have some water and air. Please. Yeah, please have some water and air. Please. Please give me some water and air. Officer, please give me some water and air. This is cruel. Please don't put up the window. This is cruel and unusual. This is cruel and unusual for any prisoner, even a prisoner of war. This is cruel and unusual.
This motherfucker clearly has never been to Guantanamo.
Yeah.
Give me air and water. Please don't. Please, I have no air now that you closed the. Please,
I have no air now.
not even a prisoner of war. Treat it like this.
But-
Please.
The beatings will continue until morale improves.
Please. Please, Mr.
Oh, I just.
Please, please give me water. Please give me water. Please give me water. Please give me water. Please, ma'am, please have some water. I just want some water and air. This is cruel and unusual. Please give me some water and air. Please give me water and air. Please.
This is the guy who was chasing the police around all night previous to this. You know what I mean? Like,
Salty. Water. The solo cup emoji.
Cruel and unusual. Please give me water. Can please have please have some water? The paramedics won't give me water.
Like
Please
some
give
water.
me water. I just want water. Please give me water. Please. This is cruel and unusual punishment. I've been locked in here without air or water. Please
You're doing a
give
lot
me
of yelling.
water.
Oh.
Water.
if you,
Please. I'm begging you.
it's like a
please.
4-year-old at bedtime.
Please give me water. Please give me water.
I've been in the hole before, and this goes on 24 hours where you just hear people screaming shit just like this, like, and somehow they ignore it. They're able. How about like, no, I'm not giving you water. You just spent the past how many hours filming me and like being a piece of shit. I'll give you some water in a little bit when you can't talk anymore.
I in handcuffs like an animal.
As she keeps calling them names but wants water.
Animals can't be
Him in
handcuffed.
handcuffs like an animal. He's gonna cry.
Listen to what I'm saying. Water.
Oh, he finally got it. You would think this guy was like stuck in the desert for like days.
Hey Mitch, I was just gonna say that's what it sounded like to me. Like the rescuers just found him and they're giving him water, and he's like getting the water. He can't drink it fast enough because he's choking on it.
Yeah.
We need to put the video of SpongeBob on the heat lamp. Water.
water.
And then the water boy. Water. Gatorade.
That's funny. I'm surprised that
that's probably never that.
I'm surprised the cops didn't stop it from recording. They usually do.
No, it must have been in his pocket or something because it's black and it's kind of muffled. I mean, I just shut it off because we could literally be here all night just listening to this guy. Literally, you have, you know, when your kids are really little and they don't want to go to bed and like they're like, water, give me water. That's exactly what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, I just want to do a quick reminder too for all of our mods. Just you don't have to delete people's comments if they're talking shit. Like, there's only one thing that we told everybody to get rid of because we didn't want drama from the past. Other than that, they can let them talk shit all they want. So don't block comments. That is all. I appreciate it.
We have something else, right?
Yeah. So we're gonna bring someone on right now to I think he's been backstage listening to all this. And without further ado, I'm gonna bring him on. And here he is. Bucket Boy is back out of jail from harassing Armando. And he's he's starting in style. All right.
He is still a productive member of society, I see.
Bucket Boy, what's up?
How
are you?
Guys.
How are you?
So dirty water again.
Like what happened?
Like I like to do is just get ready with it.
Oh, he's ripped tonight.
Oh, here we go.
Did you leave the same water in there from last time you did this video?
No, he cleaned it.
No.
He cleaned it, remember?
It's actually clean. It's actually a lot cleaner.
It's a lot
Show the water. Show the water. It looks like Coke.
Fresh.
Oh man.
No Bucket Boy.
So
what's up, man? What happened?
I googled where does Gina Armando live? I got the address from Providence Journal. The reason why is because I've been trying to ask her questions face to face in the state house, emailed her, called her. I got emails up the Ging Gang from her, back going to her. No responses. Or just very simple responses that don't give you any answers.
Okay, so can I hold on, pause. So right off the bat, Googling her address to show up there, in hindsight, good decision or bad decision?
I see it as both, but I do see it more towards the bad.
Okay.
I do. I had my press credential badge on me and everything.
You should have been good.
You had your press badge on?
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason why I went there that day to around 11:30 in the morning was because of the whole Kumo from the New York threat over the weekend.
Yeah, it seems like that whole thing where she was the whole COVID thing was kind of your last straw there. Kind of put you over the edge.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. I want to put it right out there. I can have my mom, my dad, my family vouch for me. I don't need that though. But when she first got elected, I'm not gonna lie, I did work for her as a paid canvasser. I was going over a packet of 100 doors. It was $55 per packet. I got the 2 packets per shift. So it turned out to be 2 shifts for $110 a day. Bi-weekly pay. She fired me.
All right.
And when she fired me, it was for nothing reasonable. She says that I was making too much contact.
Yeah. All right. All right, so you Google her address. You obviously find it.
Yep.
What you
Walk
go
down
there?
the street from it. I walk over with my camera running.
Do you have video of this arrest?
On the phone that's at the police station at the moment. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that whole evidence thing. That's a bummer.
Yep.
Damn it.
All right, so you walk up.
I walk up, I state who I am. I said, I'm the Bucket Boy News 401 here at the Governor of Rhode Island's personal house, Gina Raimondo. Here to ask her questions that she doesn't ask when we're face to face and in person, and to go over the whole Kumo thing. The New York governor has threatened a lawsuit against Rhode Island, and we all know if that goes through, who's going to pay for it at the end of the day. And it's the taxpayers of the state, not the government themselves.
Wait, so you do know then it's the taxpayers?
Yes.
Okay.
Because who pays them? I'm not going to the auditing part. I'm just saying in general, they get funded by our taxes.
This is true. Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm done with that auditing part. I'm more on this new stuff. And like I said, we still fund them. This may sound like an auditor thing, but it's not. But anyways, we still fund them in the long run, whether you live in Rhode Island, a Commonwealth state, Massachusetts, Connecticut, you know what I mean? The only place that doesn't really accept much taxes and really is close to tax-free, if not tax-free, is New Hampshire, as we all know, in the area.
Yeah. All right, so I'm guessing she had a police detail at the house.
Yes, he comes out and says, I'm obstructing traffic. Because I stepped off the sidewalk by maybe 2 feet, and I was still in the middle of his front bumper of his truck. Just to take a still photo of the area. And he tells me to get back on the sidewalk. I said, are you an officer? He goes, don't worry about who I am, or something like that. And I said, man, have your name and badge number. He refused to give it to me. The words. I asked him if I'm being detained. He said, not at this present time. I said, okay. Towards the end of my video, I said, you know what sucks too? I said, I don't think we should be paying for a state trooper to detail security work for the government. And if the governor really wants security work, I think she should hire her own private security. And then the video cut off a couple of minutes after that. I walked across the street. As soon as my foot hit the other sidewalk across the street, he grabs me and says, I'm under arrest. I said, how am I under arrest if you just told me I wasn't detained? I said, I have you on video saying I wasn't detained 2 minutes after, because I timed it. So I watched the timestamp. 2.5 minutes after, the video cuts off. That's when I just walk away to the other sidewalk. And then he says, I'm under arrest, and grabs me from behind. After I said, if you keep following me, officer, I'm going to file harassment because you already obstructed me from doing press work. And so he grabbed me and says, I'm under arrest. I'm badge 2 something. I want to say 234, but it was something to those lines. You're under arrest for disorderly conduct and obstruction of traffic.
So how long were you in jail?
I was in the ACI for 3 weeks.
Why so long?
Due to the fact, I was on probation, as we all know.
All right.
I'm on probation, and the judge ordered, actually, I'm not going to hide this, but the judge ordered a mental health company out.
Okay, well, to be fair, you did look up the governor of Rhode Island's address and go there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, too, though, my lawyer was able to prove that I wasn't mentally incompetent because I was able to read off the no local 10-day deal paper without even looking at it and explain what no local 10-day means, you know what I mean? And what
doesn't mean you're not crazy.
But I passed the mental health eval.
I believe it. I believe it.
Bucket Boy, let me ask you a question.
That's why I'm
Bucker Boy.
Oh, tell him.
Let me-
I don't think he's met you, so tell him who, because.
Hey, I'm Joe Walbert, Bucker Boy. You can call me James. I'm just a guy who enjoys watching the right auditors and the wrong ones and calling them on their shit. Hey, next time you plan on doing something, right? Like with everything we do in life, we make a plan, right? So why don't next time you decide to do a big trip, sit down and write down what you're going to do. Write it all on a piece of paper. Like write down, I'm going to look up the governor's address and this is what I'm going to do. And then after you do that, go to your best friend and have him read it. Right. And then decide whether or not it's something you should probably do. Because I think if you would have done that before you went out and did this, you would have said, this probably isn't good. Doesn't look good on paper. Anytime something doesn't look good on paper, you probably shouldn't do it. Use that.
Run it by Kate.
Yeah. Write it down and text it to Kate and ask her, and she'll be your like go-between, you know, because they always say if it doesn't look good on paper, it doesn't look good.
Yes.
So what'd you do while you're in jail, man? Like what anything good happened? Was it like nothing happened at all? Like what was the deal in
The
jail?
whole entire quarantine was frigging the whole entire system up in the inside. When you go in there, you have to go into a special mod that's for quarantine. You got to be in that mod for 14 days.
Right. It's basically they do that. It's called orientation. It's for you to learn the rules and regulations, how you have to handle yourself, what you're going to do if you are going to stay longer.
Yep. So and then I moved into a different mod. I basically slept the whole time and did a few workouts here and there, and just did word searches up the ass.
So what lesson did you learn from all this?
I should have thought it through.
All right.
Oh, that's fair. That's a good one.
Honestly, it's as simple as that. I should have just thought it through, it, even like Jay said. I should have thought it through.
Could you do us a favor? Could you show us your press pass?
Yeah, let me go get that real quick.
All right.
I'll be right back in 2 seconds.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Waiting.
I mean, I just feel like if you can't stop a train, but maybe you can give that train some advice that maybe will help him make better decisions, right?
I'm sorry, that analogy was just like, I just imagine you like sitting next to like a freight train, like, listen, buddy.
Yeah, because that's what he is.
About to run into the,
Because
you
let
don't
me
want to run
explain
into
to you.
this wall.
This is the type of person I can guarantee you. This is what he is. If he's the crash dummy, right? No pun intended. But he's that friend that before you wanted to do something, you're like, yo, we're gonna jump off the 3rd floor of this building and do a flip on this mattress. Bucket boy, go.
All right, yeah, let's see it. Hold on. There it is. You made that yourself?
I got it. Where the fuck is my camera? There it is.
All right. So it was
Legit.
issued on all right. So I mean, that's a valid press pass. I don't understand what the issue was here. I mean,
Exactly. But the reason why I couldn't fight this.
Wait. Hold on. Don't lie to this man. Where did you get that from? I'm sorry.
Certified First Amendment Press Association.
Yeah, so that is actually not valid. I could print out one. I could write one with crayon, and it would mean the same thing. Like, you can't just purchase press credentials. So that's part of your problem right there. I'm just letting you know.
If you take a hole punch and if you punch a couple holes in the bottom of it, it'll make it look more legit, like you've had access to places before.
He's lying. There's nothing you can do. It's not legit. Oh my.
So Bucket Boy.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I gonna ask you? Oh, so what's up with Orga? You guys bros now or what?
I'm not saying what, bro. But just he's not. He lets me do what I gotta do. You know what I mean?
Did it cost you $4,000?
What?
Did it cost you $4,000?
What do you mean?
Did he make you pay $4,000 to go on his channel?
No. He said so. He like unsolicited told us that he would give up a bunch of information on other auditors and follow through with a copyright strike that he had already started. If we gave him $4,000, which obviously we told him absolutely not. I wouldn't give him $4. But could you tell him to call me? Because I feel like we had a pretty decent first date.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of rude of him actually. Like, hey, take him out, and he just ghosted her.
Yeah, he wouldn't even let me buy him a drink. So I was I was a little hurt, not gonna lie. If he could just ring me up, apologize.
So Bucket Boy, you still got your job?
Possibly. I gotta call him back next week.
All right. How does that conversation go?
When I went there, as you know, where I work, if you don't, I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, no,
we don't need to do that.
I wasn't gonna say where. That's why I didn't say where.
But I went there. I talked to the general manager of the store, and he said, "Well, the deli manager said she doesn't want you back at all because of what you did." He goes, "Did you know you were back on the schedule?" I said, "Well, no, because I just had surgery too."
Yeah, you doing all right from that?
I was out by doctor's note till April 6th. You know what I mean?
All right.
So I still had a week, you know what I'm saying, before that. And I was out the week after that. You know what I mean? On that Friday. And I said, no, honestly, I didn't know she put me right back on the schedule after I was cleared to come back after surgery. He goes, all right. He goes, I went out that. He goes, so why did you get in touch with us? I said, I didn't have the store's personal number. And so my mom came on the 6th, which was a Tuesday, and you weren't here, sir. So she came that Wednesday and talked to you. When she talked to you, and you said what you said, tell Brandon to come talk to me when he gets all settled. So I went this past Monday. He goes, well, I was on vacation this past week. He goes, let me see if this hit corporate. If it didn't hit corporate, then I'll see what I can do. Because he goes, I really like you, Brandon.
You are a good worker. You are a good worker.
He goes, I really like you. He goes, I don't want that to affect you. He goes, but if it didn't go to corporate, he goes, we'll see. He goes, but if it did, we may not do nothing. I said, he goes, I don't make any promises. I looked at him and said, I'm not looking at you to make promises. I said, this was my screw up. I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat the words.
Good for you.
He goes, I know you wouldn't. He goes, but I don't make promises. I'm not looking for promises, Mr. Ramsey, as I'm walking down the street. Down the stairs, out the door.
So this is what I want you to do. If you have any issues, obviously you know how to get a hold of us. If you have any issues and you end up losing your job over this, get a hold of us. We'll help you find something else, okay? Because you're a good worker. You're a good worker.
I actually want to hear something funny, though.
Absolutely.
My common lawyer that I use when I have some money, you know what I mean? The one I use and I have a good history with right now, you know what I mean? His buddy sees one of my videos with, of course, when I bring it up, of Auditing America. And he asked my lawyer, he goes, hey, you got a client named, he goes by the Bucket Boy News. I think his name's Brandon. He goes, possibly. And I guess he looked into it more and he found out my whole name. And he goes, oh, yeah, that's my client. He goes, why? What's up? He goes, is Rhode Island a no ID state? I was, I don't know. He goes, well, you're a lawyer. You should know, and you're on the video. He was talking to Rosie. And he looked it up. And he goes, no, he's correct. And he goes, oh, all right. So I go to Shaw's one day, right? I didn't even know this guy from a hole in the wall. I just got off the phone with my lawyer because I'm waiting for a personal injury thing to come through. The car accident. So now I'm on the phone with my lawyer. He says this, and this, and that, whatnot. I go to Shaw's, and I talked to the general manager of the stores I'm at. I said, you the general manager of the store? He goes, yes, I am. He goes, what's up? I said, I was currently working at where I'm working at. And he goes, I recognize you. You're the Bucket Boy News. I said, yeah. He goes, I subscribe to your channel. I like some of your work. I said, he goes, I see some of your recent stuff too. And kind of glad you're getting away from that guy. He goes, so I'm liking you a little bit more. He goes, but he goes, if you ever need something for backup, call me. I'm
So
gonna hit him up.
I got your back, Bucket Boy.
yeah, we all got your back, Bucket Boy. We want to see you do well, right? That's what you're a good person, you have a good heart. You're just not thinking these things through. That's what we want to see you think these things through. If you want
it really is.
If you want to get those Crest credentials, go to work, go to school. You know what I mean? Go to school.
I'm actually waiting for CCRI to open up. I was actually in the process of signing up at the end of last year, the beginning of this year. And that's when that whole entire shutdown happened.
It's okay.
You could probably do it on. You could probably do it online if you wanted, bud.
Yeah, but you know what? The whole step one here is stop getting arrested.
These online colleges, if you look into it, they're a for-profit business.
You find the one that are accredited. They're accredited online. You don't do the other ones. You do the accredited ones. But before that, write it down. Text it to Kate. This is what I'm planning on doing this weekend, Kate. What do you think about it? And
you guys, while we're on here, while we're all together this Saturday. Now, I want to do a shout out to the Rhode Island Sheriff's Department. Honestly,
how'd they treat you in there?
The CEOs like shit.
All right.
Because of Auditing America.
Yeah.
They all knew me from that.
Well, that's what happens when you hang with dudes like that. All right, so what's your Saturday idea?
Well, Saturday, there's a can you hear me?
No, it went all weird.
Hold on.
So hold on. Oh, we good? No, that's all right. Rogue, do we still have Rogue Nation here with us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So the Rhode Sheriff's Department, when
I can't hear him. Sorry, Bucket.
Yeah.
Audio issues.
Invite me back in.
Okay, no, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Kind of.
What'd you do? You touched it and then it was done. Keep going.
So give me a preview here. I'm sorry, because I know we have Rogue Nation here and we have Officer Oak here. You guys are kind of in the midst of like an ongoing debate, correct?
Really?
Both their fingers hurt from typing so freaking much in chat.
So can you guys give me the rundown of like what, because I saw it going on and I know you guys are going to do a debate. What day is it?
Thursday at 8.
Thursday at 8.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now I'll be tuning into that, and that's on which channel, Rogue Nation?
Bolt Action News Group.
All right, so I'll be checking that out. But can somebody like give me the rundown what this controversy and discord was over?
I realized Rogue Nation was on our panel. I had no idea. I was wondering who that was.
Yeah, Rogue Nation, everyone. So like, what's going on here?
Just a friendly debate.
Just a friendly debate. Yeah, I mean, we don't agree on certain things, and we just wanted to talk about it and get our points out there and see where our line is and where each other stand, and maybe get a better understanding of each other's side.
It seems like we have some people that are banking on Officer Oak prevailing in that one. I'm going to reserve my judgment. I don't know, honestly.
Can we at least have what the topics are? I mean, we don't want you guys to ruin the debate, but what are like the topics? Give us a little taste.
I'd be more than happy to share all the topics that I've forwarded to Officer Oak for his approval. That's not a problem for me.
Yeah, go on ahead, man.
I shot him some topics such as arrest warrants versus search warrants, natural rights versus civil rights, the formation of the state, the social contract, Terry v. Ohio, Officer Oak suggested Graham versus Connor. So it's gonna widely vary.
What about Pennsylvania v. Mims as well? Can we throw that one in there?
No, that's not, but that works for me as well.
I mean, like I said, man, I'm good to it could free flow. I mean, we can go to, if we agree on something, then we'll just move on to the next. Doesn't matter either way.
So, Rogue Nation, we didn't really hear from you. What's your take on BAO's arrest there?
Well, here's the thing, and I say this about everybody. I don't really condemn anybody using their First Amendment right, however they see fit. I leave that up to the judges. If they've done something wrong, like Ian McGuire, then I'm steadily believing that if we break the law, we have to pay our dues. That's what the backbone of my thought process is that I want everybody to obey the law, not just the citizens. So, like I said, I mean, if BAO wants to holler and scream and yell and stuff, and that's I guess what's right for him. I don't do it in my videos, and I've been pushed and literally shoved out of a building, and I didn't fall down and start crying and stuff. But again, however somebody wants to exercise their rights, I'm not going to say that that's wrong. If the law says it's wrong, then the law will take care of you. Just like I try not to judge people's personal, things. If if there's supposedly a man upstairs that's going to judge us, then I don't need to do any judging.
Okay, that was kind of a non-answer, but so essentially what you're saying is you're reserving any judgment.
I'm basically saying that I'm not a judge. So if somebody's exercising their First Amendment rights incorrectly, then that will be taken care of by somebody other than me. My opinion doesn't matter one way or another to the person that's exercising it, nor to the mass majority of people out there. No one's calling me up asking me for my opinion. I'm not a Harvard expert in First Amendment activity. So,
hey, Rogue, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
I can actually speak on what Rogue's saying. We all gotta pay for our dues. And the reason why, look at my New Jersey issue and look at my current issue. My current issue may not have been as severe as my New Jersey issue that I'm still fighting out there. But it's true. I went overboard, and I didn't cry when I got arrested.
No, you G'd up. I will give you that. No tears from this man.
I mean, my ass was showing.
Yes, it was.
This man is zooted.
All right, so hold on. So can I just reverse?
What he's saying, though.
Finish your thought, and then I got a question. Is that it? You done? All right. I just wanted to go back because you were about to do two things. One, you were going to tell us your plan for Saturday, and two, you were going to give a shout out to the Sheriff's Department, the Rhode Island Sheriff's Department. So I just wanted to hear those two things.
First off, Rhode Island Sheriff's Department, big shout out, because they did bring me to the courthouse a couple times, and we all know courts are closed, which is very essential. So big shout out to the Rhode Island Sheriff's Department, because my last time there, I was in the cell explaining to some of the inmates that were in there with me. There's only two other inmates, so it was three of us all together. And one of the sheriffs come up and goes, stops, looks in the cell, and just stares at me. And they go, the Bucket Boy News. The sheriffs said that they seen the newest stuff on my own channel. The videos I posted on my own channel. And they basically said they gave me a shout out.
All right.
I
So then
even told
you
them, I
were.
said, if they're willing to, I said, I'll do an interview. I'll get my camera. You know what I mean? Once I get my camera back and stuff, I'll get my camera and set it up and whatnot and do an actual interview with them. Because they are always respectful. They're better than your locals and they're better than your state and they're better than your COs. They don't judge, they just get you in and out and they're very respectful. But Saturday, here in Rhode Island, at the State House,
Yeah.
there's a protest
For what?
to reopen Rhode Island for local businesses. Because the fact of the matter is, they're all getting hit. For crying out loud, I can't get my hair cut, but Gina Monroe can go get hers.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, Bucket Boy, that was a pretty good segue. That was a pretty good segue for my next segment. I have to admit, that was pretty good. So you're gonna go. So you're gonna go to this. Are you down for Rhode Island?
They're planning on going, and they're asking respectfully on the group I'm in on Facebook, the Facebook page group, whatever you want to call it, to stay in a pack of 4 of your local people and stay at least 6 feet apart and be masked, just so we don't get harassed.
All right. So let's go to the comments here. Who thinks Bucket Boy should attend the protest to open Rhode Island back up? One if you think he should, 2 if you think he should not. We'll see what the people say, Bucket Boy.
Hey, Rogue, you still in here though?
Yeah, sorry, you can finish talking. I kind of cut you off, but I didn't want to lose that because we were right in the middle of that.
No, I hear you. Hey, Rogue, can you hear me?
He's muted, so I'm not sure that he's there.
What happened?
Oh, he's here. Go ahead.
Hey. So yeah, I can based on what you're saying. You're not a judge, and nobody is. And like you said, we're all free to do what we please and how we please until we have to pay for it sometimes. And that whole
There's a resounding
whoever
no.
was in that video, I need some water. Jesus.
That was fucking funny.
Yeah, Angel for Animals was saying, like, come on, people, how don't you understand that he was playing it up for the camera? Like, obviously, like, I think that's the whole point of why we played the video.
It was just hilarious. Like, I knew I fucked up once they tackled me in Jersey, and I just sat there straight faced right to the car.
No, you know what? My dad used to tell me all the time, if you're going to be dumb, then you better be tough. And I have lived by that statement because there's plenty of times I've been dumb, but I'd be damn sure to be tough.
Right? If you're going to do the crime, be prepared to do some time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bucket.
So, Bucket Boy, NJ Diver, he's in the background. He's going to come on.
No. I'm gonna jump off because
okay. No,
it's
no.
what
What I was gonna say is he just had a good suggestion. He said, before you do anything, go to protest, all that, you should probably just clear your outstanding charges first. Get everything cleared up before you get yourself back into jail for weeks at a time.
True.
Yeah.
I understand.
No, I agree with that.
I mean, I understand you feel strongly about things and you want to get out and have your voice get heard, but at the same time, bro, you're just stacking it up. You know what I mean?
True. And then the sheriff's department made a joke, and they're like, "We never heard of this before. You're the only person we ever heard of that has a no contact order, no trespassing order with the governor."
That is definitely something. That's some. I don't know if I'd call it an accomplishment, but it's an earmark.
No, but is
you
that
just probably want to
avoid that history of 2020 or some shit?
I mean, I wouldn't want to go there personally, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't congratulate you on it, but I would concede
No,
that
I'm
it is
saying,
definitely
though,
like
as the
an
world's
earmark.
dumbest criminal or the world's dumbest person. You know what I mean? That's gonna be an embarrassment.
Someone is suggesting that Dennis Spokes just suggested that I go with you to these things to keep you in line.
Could you imagine?
I would keep you in line. I would.
Could you imagine? Gino Amondo. Bucket, no.
Oh, I would have. Listen, I don't care. I'm not a huge girl, but I'm not a small one either. You know damn well I would have pulled your ass back, Bucket. I would have thrown you in my car. I would have been like, let's get out of here. Behave. I got one hell of a ear tug. I'm a mom.
Oh, I remember those. And I remember my grandma, my dad's side, had a paddle. And the paddle had a hole in the middle.
Oh no, I don't believe in corporal punishment, really. I don't. But anyway. So it's 11 o'clock and I'm going to lie and say that it's my bedtime. I'm probably going to be up for another several hours, but I jump off live streams because my household prefers when I shut the hell up. So I'm going to jump off and I'm going to put the link in the comments if anybody else wants to take my spot.
All right. Thank you, Kate.
See you, Kate.
You guys have a good night. And Bucket for the love of God, Bucket, behave, okay?
Yes.
Text Kate.
You have a
what
future.
you're gonna do.
Yes.
Yeah, message me before you do something. I'll let you know honestly if it's a good idea or not. All right. Have a good night, guys.
All right, later, Kate.
Nobody can say I'm not giving good advice.
Yeah. All right. Well, Bucket Boy, I just wanted to check in with you, man, because I saw that you were out, and you know, so we so full disclosure, when you got arrested, we pulled your probationary redemption that we had going for you. We pulled it. We're gonna take a little time. We'll see how you do, but maybe at some point soon, you know, stay on the right path. We can give that back to you.
No problem.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. If you want to hang out for a bit, you can. I just wanted to see if Oak and Rogue wanted to talk more or what, or NJ, if you got anything to say too, you guys are welcome to talk. You know, open it up. If anybody's got any questions too for Bucket Boy or anybody else in the comments, feel free to ask.
Yeah, I'm an open book.
Same here.
Well, thank you for letting me on. The only thing I can say is clear your other charges before you add new ones.
Will do.
No. Rogue, anything you want to talk about, man? You want to have a little bit of a debate here? I mean, it's up to you. We'd save it. Do whatever you want, man.
Well, I'm always up for a good discussion. So, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of time, but I mean, anything the panel's up for talking about, or if there's somebody in the comments that wants us to talk about something, I mean.
So I have a thing that kind of annoys me when it comes to probable cause, when it comes to the use of an animal to induce probable cause. And it's a really, you know, it's one of those subjects like, you know, but my feelings on it is you can train a dog to do just about anything. And so if you can train a dog to smell a narcotic, you can also train that dog to say it smelled a narcotic when it didn't smell a narcotic. And the reason I say that is because there's videos out there that it's been proven that officers use different techniques on their first walk around versus their second walk around. And so I just, you know, I just had, it's not the dog's fault. You know what I mean? Like the dog's just doing what he's told to do. So I don't blame anything on the animal. I'm the biggest animal supporter you'll meet. Everybody saw my animals yesterday, but that was just the debate I wanted to throw out there. What do people think about animals being used as agents to induce probable cause?
Well, I think the dog can see a car. I mean, it depends if the dog depends on how the dog was trained. I've never been canine before, but the dog can see a car and be like, oh, this is where the toy is. This is where, like, if I do good, I get a treat. I get to just sit down and say I smell it where it usually is. It's always in the trunk, or whatever. Um, and I guess that could be a problem. I think there should be I mean, for checks and balances, there should be, like when the dog's wrong and when the dog is right, and that should be logged and documented. So if there is a search and then nothing's obtained, I mean, is it possible that they smoked a narcotic inside that vehicle and now it's gone, or it was there before? Yeah, that's possible, but it's also possible that the dog just is, messed up and it's not doing what it's trained to do. It's thinking it's relating cars with drugs instead of relating.
No, it relates the car with its prize is what it relates. So the way the dog is trained, I've watched a bunch of videos on it, and the ultimate goal for the canine is to get his reward at the end. And the problem with it is a lot of canine officers tend to slack, and when, let's say, they don't hit on the car and it's clean and the dog walks away, he's still supposed to get that treat. Even though he didn't find anything, he's still supposed to get it. And a lot of officers don't give it to him. And so it causes dogs to then false hit just to get the toy. So that they're coming up with new training methods where the toy is second focus to the job at hand.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, there's error that can happen there, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'm not denying that. I think majority of the time the dog probably gets it right. I mean, I'm not a dog. I don't know what they smell either. I mean, maybe they don't get it right, but I would like to think that most of the time they get it. Every time I've ever had canine come out, the dog goes right to where the dope is. Like if it's hidden or shoved under the seat, you're like, man, there's nothing in the seat. And then, you look further and the dope is like shoved way down in the seat, and you're like, oh, fucking, you found it, I've never, going ahead.
What about the videos too that, two things. They say two different commands, like going around each time. And then
Yeah,
the other
that's,
thing too, and the other thing too is there's been videos I've seen recently that the officer plants it. One of the officers is already searching inside the car, the dog going around. When the dog goes around by the second time, the officer been caught planting it on body cam.
yeah, but you can't go into the car until.
Right, but that's not the topic is a police officer planting evidence. It's whether or not.
But either way, though, the dog was gonna say something at one point, and then now the person driving that vehicle is still screwed.
I mean, but the cop could have just made a false hit. Why would he go through risk of losing his job to plant evidence when he could just make the dog false hit just to look in the car? I mean, in the end, they look in the car. If they don't find nothing, they don't find nothing. It's no harm, no foul. So I'll
send you some of those videos. It's been on like Now This and whatnot.
I've seen the search one where the officer's searching and he plants some drugs, but he's doing a hand search of the vehicle. I mean, now 100% of the time I agree with you on that. I mean, that's wrong. It's disingenuous for a police officer to be, giving us a different command. All of a sudden you see him flick his hand a different way or something like that. To me and you,
saying their dog in German most of the time or something like that. So it's like a language nobody really understands. There actually studies.
Well, that's not. It's not so that we don't understand what they're saying. It's because that's where.
No, but I'm just saying though. But you might hear him say something, and it totally sounds something different the other time. You know what I mean? That's how you know it's two different commands. Is what I'm saying.
Right. But I'm not screwed. Like, we don't know the training. We don't know what the commands mean. That second command.
Exactly. That's not. I understand it.
But
not
when
knowing how to say it, but understanding what it means is one thing. We should know what it means.
What I'm
Then how to
saying,
say it is a whole different thing. You know what I mean?
Bucka Boy, what I'm saying is when you look at something, instead of always thinking that it's a conspiracy theory right away, it automatically blinds you to whether it's real or not, right? So if we dive in something right away thinking that, oh, this is shitty, everything that comes after it is shitty. So
No, I'm not saying that either, but it's just I wish we could understand what they were saying.
right, and I understand that, but the dogs, they learn their language. There's a reason they learn that language. They're trained by people who speak that language, and so if they were taught in English and we could hear what they say, it would be a convenience, right? But we don't deserve that convenience. We don't deserve that.
I've heard dogs that usually the command is seek, seek, seek. At least in my area, they use English. I mean, they just say seek, and the dog starts looking.
Yeah.
But Rogue, do you got anything to put into that?
Well, I think all the dogs could learn in English. I mean, I don't think there's multilingual dogs out there. I think English would just be as easy to learn as German. And a free country, I think, should be as transparent as possible in everything it does. I mean, you want transparency from the citizens. We should expect transparency from the government as well. I mean, again, that's just my thought.
Right.
Well, I think they speak German because they come from Germany.
Right. It's a dog, though. It's a dog.
Well, I understand that. My good friend used to train canines down in Texas for the Air Force. She trained them in English.
I'm not disputing like the language of the dog. I'm just saying, like, it's a dog. So whoever taught it to do it, whatever language they taught it in, that they did that, not the dog. The dog itself is German.
Okay, but let me make a recommendation then. Keep the German dogs in Germany. Leave the American dogs in America.
That sounds good. My question though was the use of them towards probable cause, and it, as always, it gets spun off into some civil rights thing. And my question. All right, never mind. I'm done. Okay.
No, I know your question, and I'm actually supportive of that, of what you were saying. I don't believe that a dog hit on a car necessarily equals probable cause. Like Officer Oak said, they could have had a joint in there and smoked it, a day ago, and the pot lingers in the car. So no, I don't think that's a probable cause, just like I don't think like a piss test, if you pull somebody over for you think DWI and you think he's high or maybe been high, and he takes a piss test, it comes back he's got pot in the system. Well, it stays in there for 30 days. He could have smoked a joint 2 weeks ago and then drove. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that's good probable cause either.
I think there's
what is the accuracy on the new marijuana breathalyzer thing going on? Is that even true?
I think that's a new issue that they're looking at. I don't think they have any way to deal with it right now, really.
All right.
Bro, we got a question for you, but from Ron M in the comments. He wants to know, what is the hard on for post offices, and why don't you all read the entire paragraph of poster 7?
All right, great. There's not a hard on per se for post offices. I do all government buildings. Post offices are just one of the ones that I go to. And one of the reasons I go to the post offices is because of the lack of service that is given to the citizens at these post offices. If you coordinate my videos with Google reviews, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of these post offices, citizens are complaining about being lost or stolen, all kinds of bad stuff happening. And one of my main backbone things is this is a service that we are pretty much forced into, and the post office ascension, the Social Security, in the, you know, wherever you live at. Let's say you live in Orlando, Florida, and you're on Orlando Utilities. Okay. You don't got nowhere else to go. Okay. So it's not like you're going out to Outback Steakhouse, and if you don't like the service, you can go to Logan's. Okay. So these people that work there, they get this kind of mentality that they could treat you whatever way, and it's not really going to matter, because guess what? You're still going to pay your tax money to them regardless of how they treat you. If you look at the Google reviews on almost every audit I've done, you won't see a 5-star review on there. You won't see great customer service given to the citizens. And these are citizens without cameras, okay? Because if they had cameras, they'd be on YouTube like me. These are citizens without camera. These are citizens that are hardworking citizens that pay these taxes, and they go there looking for these services, and they get nothing but bullshit. And that's pretty much, you know, the post office included. Now with the entire paragraph of Poster 7, let me clarify for you, Ron. Poster 7 is just an excerpt of Federal Law 39 CFR 232.1. And I've read the whole statute, not just a little portion of the paragraph, bud.
It's the Code of Federal Regulations.
I think what he was
It's not a
referring to is in
statute.
part of that. It says something about if you're asked to not film by the but I don't know if it was the postmaster or if it was a.
It says authorized. It says authorized representative. What it says there basically is you can take pictures in the foyers, hallways, yada yada yada, except if there's official signs posted, which there never is. You would think after 4 years of auditing, if the post office really wanted to stop people from filming, they would spend 20 minutes printing up some official posters or signs and just slap them on the wall.
Since when does that stop you guys?
Huh?
Since when does that stop you guys? Wouldn't you just call it a policy?
Absolutely not, because it's law. It's federal law. Like I said, 39.2, CFR.
It's regulation. It's not a code.
So what about like when the person working at the counter says, like, you can't film me, like, get out of here? Wouldn't that also suffice?
No, and I'll tell you why. Especially in the state where I'm from, Florida, 11th Circuit, Smith versus Cumming says that we're allowed to videotape our public officials in the course of their public duties. Now, unfortunately, everybody's got their own interpretation of the law, but to think that the 11th Circuit would say that and imagine that you standing in a parking lot where you can't see your public official is watching the public official in the course of their public duty would indicate that you would think that the 11th Circuit court system is a bunch of idiots.
See, what I'm getting at is, if a sign is going to stop you, but not the worker. I mean, if you yield to the sign that's put up by the worker, but not yield to the word of the worker, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me clarify there for you, Officer Oak. The CFR, even though you call them regulations, they are the law. Okay, they have the force of the law. The statutes, the code, the USC is what's considered the bones of the law. The CFR is considered the meat of the law. Okay, you could pass a law, it could be in the USC, but if there's no federal regulations in the CFR to enforce that law is unenforceable. Any lawyer is going to tell you the same thing.
Can I ask you a question, Ro?
Yes.
So, whatever happened to turning on your camera, walking in, getting in line, going to the counter, buying your one stamp, walking out, not saying a word to anybody, and leaving?
I don't know. I've never done that.
But the reason I ask that is because the purpose of the audit is for you to be allowed to film in a public place, right? So if you go in there and not talk to anybody, right, and just get in line like a normal human being and conduct your normal human being business, which is to buy your one stamp and then leave. The only time you guys ever put up any of the videos is when somebody asks you about filming, or when you initiate by asking where poster 7 is, or which then causes, and a lot of the time it's not like an aggressive way of causing the interaction, but it's a subtle way for the interaction to happen so that the point can then be proven, because they're going to tell you 99% of the time that you can't film. Where if your goal is to just show public filming in a post office, then just go in there and do it, right? Just go in there, mind your business and do it.
That's exactly what I do. I usually walk in, I stand in the corner very quietly, and I don't say anything. I can tell you haven't watched my videos.
Right, but
I will say,
going and standing in the corner quietly isn't conducting business. It's a business. You go into a business to conduct business, not to film the business. That's not conducting business. Business is mailing packages, receiving packages, checking PO boxes, or purchasing something is business. Standing in the corner, even if you're out of the way of the public, it's squatting is what it is. It's not conducting business. You can't confuse that.
Actually, a journalist gathering content on what public officials do on public property is considered business. I could stand in that corner all day long and they would never be able to charge me with loitering, ever.
Well, I don't know about that, but
loitering is standing around without a purpose.
I mean, but your purpose is to gather content, and if there's no content, then you're not gathering content. It's kind of like a loop, like a
thank you
forever loop. You know what I mean?
So
it's kind of like it's like if you were to rob.
So answer this: the 11 court said that we're allowed to videotape or record our public officials in the course of their duties. What time limit did they put on that? Can I stand around for 5 minutes or 500?
No, you can do whatever you want. But
you just said I couldn't.
No. When you're listen to what I'm saying. That the post office is a business, right? It's a business.
So is every other government operation.
Right.
Well, I think that where the line is drawn here is like what it says here on the screen. Except when inhibited by official signs or security force, and then I can't read the other part.
Or other authorized personnel or a federal court order or rule, other photographs may be taken only with the permission of the local postmaster or installation head.
Right.
So I think that would be when they say no, you can't film here. That would be where the line would be.
I mean,
now
other authorized personnel, like who falls under that? The person on like whoever the supervisor is at the time, or like who?
Right. That's what it would be.
So if that person comes out and tells you to stop filming, how come that's not? How come you don't have to stop filming?
Because I've already had the permission given to me by the federal law here, where it says that it may be taken. Now, let me go through this real quickly for you guys on this particular one right here. Okay, it says accept, and it gives a copy not film. One is prohibited by official sign. I've never seen official sign in the post office. The Social Security office, there's official signs. Officer Oak, the reason why that sign would deter me is because it conforms with federal law, which is right here in front of us. Okay. So in the Social Security office, if you look at the readiness memo, 2008 photography, Social Security office, and it says we're prohibited by official sign. That's why you don't see audits of Social Security offices. We would lose that. Okay, that's an obviously losing case there. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Security force personnel. That's the Federal Protective Services. Okay, I've never seen the Federal Protective Services show up to the post office and kick someone out for filming.
Because they have the postal inspectors. That's
right.
the police force, not FPS.
FPS have showed up at the post office. I've got a video by Wrights Crispy, News Now, California, and Big Nick, South Florida Accountability at the post office down there. And I believe Pembroke Pines were the FPS with the ones that showed up. As a matter of fact, if you read the enforcement part of this poster 7 part here, or the federal law, you'll see that it is required that the FPS is the ones that's called for the enforcement of these rules, not the local law enforcement, unless they have a contract with them. Now, I just did a post.
Cite that for me.
So why are you only validating half of that sentence? Why are you only validating the sign part of that sentence and not the four other authorized personnel?
I'm going to get to them in a minute. I just wanted to get to Officer Oak's question
No,
about the sign.
Why don't you get to that now?
I will.
Why are you only validating half of that sentence?
Can I validate it, or are you going to keep asking me?
No, you can validate it right now. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Thanks. Okay, so we got the FPS. If you guys know of a video where the FPS or the postal inspector, Officer Oak, showed up to a post office and trespassed somebody.
I don't give a fuck about the FPS. Why are you not validating other authorized personnel? There's no period there. It's the same sentence. Stop beating around the bush and answer the question. Why are you only validating half of that sentence?
Okay. The other
blah, 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 blah. Like, say something fucking worthwhile here or get the fuck off the stream.
Can I speak?
Christ.
No.
Go ahead.
No. Okay, great. Thanks. Authorized personnel. Okay, let's get to it. In trespassing, for the trespassing law, you have to have the person that has control over that property give you the trespass warning. It can't be the fucking janitor, okay? It can't be the desk person. It has to be the person that has control over the property. And anybody with common sense makes sense to them, because let's say Walmart, okay? And I'm a customer in there, okay? And the bag chick just decides willy-nilly to trespass me, okay? Do you think the manager of the store is going to be happy with his employee trespassing a good customer? Probably not. There's a reason why things are the way they are in the law. So let's get to authorized personnel. Postmaster, okay? Now, the postmaster doesn't have the authorization to override federal law, which says photographs for news purposes may be taken, okay? She has the authorization down here where other photographs not already given the okay. See, the other photographs means that some photographs have already been okayed to be taken. Otherwise, it would say all photographs have to be given by the post. Okay? So that's where you get the authorized personnel. Now let's move on, because I don't want to validate 3/4 of the sentence. Federal court order or rule. There has never been one. Okay? And let's just cut to the heart of the matter, gentlemen. 4 years, auditing has been going on in post offices. The easiest way, if the post office did not want people filming, is that first thing, authorized signs. They have not put them up. Why aren't you asking, why haven't they put those up yet? Doesn't it make sense to you? Put up some signs?
Usually you guys just film them and then walk in anyways.
It's just funny to me how all of a sudden a sign is a big deal to you, and why can't the supervisor, authorized personnel, he tells you to leave? What, he doesn't have authority?
Mitch, because just like you said, that is what that means. Authorized person. It says it. Security forces personnel. So what comes below the security first personnel of that building? Well, it would be like some kind of manager, right? Some kind of authorized. So who's authorized to make decisions in this building? The manager of the fucking building.
Right. So if they call who they need to call and they're like, hey, we got a guy filming here.
Right. Exactly.
And they tell him to leave. And then they tell you to leave. Why don't you leave?
Why don't you leave? Why do you start pulling other shit and say you don't have the right to tell me to leave when, according to what you're using against them, he does have the right to tell you to leave?
Okay, now let me go into what happens when the postmaster asks me to leave. Okay.
Listen, but you didn't. Here we go. We're not talking about the postmaster. We're not talking about the last guy on the link. We're not talking about the HNIC. We're talking about the manager who's doing his daily deeds, sees you filming, comes out and says, "Excuse me, sir, I'd like to ask you to leave. You're not conducting business," whatever he says, and you say, "Who are you?" And he says, "I'm the manager." And you say, "Well, you're not authorized." But it says here in this thing here that he is authorized. So why wouldn't you just leave?
So you realize that the postmaster is the manager of each post office, correct? You realize that?
The postmaster is the head of everybody. I said that.
The head of that post office.
Right.
I'm not talking about the postmaster general. I'm talking about the postmaster
of that office. Yes.
Right. That is the manager, correct?
Right. But you don't get to just go up you don't get to just climb the ladder all the way up because you're filming. Like you don't just get it.
What do you mean climb the ladder? Who do you think's authorized besides the postmaster to trespass?
The manager.
That's the postmaster.
No. You're not listening to me, dude. In that business, there's people there's cashiers, there's people in the back sorting, there's people loading, there's people unloading, there's the postmaster, there's a manager somewhere in that building that's managing everybody except the postmaster. He's the guy who is authorized to tell you to leave, brother.
Yeah, he's the guy that they have authorized for anything that goes on in that building at that time.
Because the postmaster doesn't need to be bothered by some weirdo out there filming for no reason.
And he can't be everywhere at once.
That's what you're not getting in your head. You think that there's only one person in that building that can tell you to leave, either the owner of the building or the postmaster, and you're wrong. If somebody, an authority figure in that business, no matter what business it is, asks you to leave, kick rocks. And you should have never been brought to their attention anyway if all you're doing is an audit. The true definition of an audit, okay, is to do it with your mouth shut, gather your evidence, and leave. That's it.
Well, to his credit, I will say that just about every video I watch, he's usually really quiet and he just kind of walks around.
And that's awesome.
But the thing is he comes with his friends, and sometimes. Well, most of the time they're not very quiet.
Right, and then they're the ones who give him the content then, and then he doesn't look like the bad guy. That's what Josh Abrams does. You know what I mean? So like, even in the one video Josh Abrams had, he said at the end of it, "Can't post that because nothing happened, because there was no drama, because you went in there and filmed and nobody gave a fuck, and now you got no drama to post to clickbait." And that's what I'm saying. If it was really about civil rights, you would just go in there, shut your mouth, not say nothing, get your film and post it and say, "Hey, man, look, this post office supports our civil rights." But the minute somebody tells you to stop, they're a tyrant.
Well, it doesn't bring you.
Well, let me respond to that, if I may. 75% of my audits are done solo.
Awesome.
Not only do I post my tyrant videos, but on my American Freedom channel, I post the passes. If you watch both channels, if you watch videos from both channels, you'll see I do absolutely nothing different. The only thing different is the way people react to my camera. That's it.
All right. How about, all right. Finish up. I wanted to read this as well. Because somebody in the comments brought this up, and I mean, I think it's fair to say that maybe not all of them, but a lot of them do end up, I think, falling under this paragraph as well.
Yeah.
Rogue.
Well, listen, I understand you guys think that the authorized personnel is 2 or 3 people at the post office, and I'm okay with that. But if you watch my videos, I specifically put one in your Discord earlier tonight. It says the title of it was "Postmaster Does the Walk of Shame." And basically what happens is when the authorized personnel comes out to trespass, I let them know that I've already talked to the postal inspectors and what I'm doing is completely legal. I then proceed to give them the contact information I have for Postal Inspector Chris Martin in Jacksonville, Florida. He gave me his contact information when I was shoved out of a post office in Lake City. Now, Chris Martin, the postal inspector, has told me they know what we're doing. What we're doing is perfectly fine as long as we don't catch personal transactions. He gave me his card and said, if anybody needs clarification on this when you're out doing this, have them call me. I've offered many times to many people that think they know his contact information so that they could verify it, not by me, but by a guy who works for the postal inspectors and probably knows a little bit more than the guy that's questioning. And I'll be happy to give that contact information to Masshole Report, and they can do a report on it and tell them what they find.
Sounds good. Sounds good, man.
Yeah, send that on over. I'd love to talk to that person.
You got it, buddy.
So why don't we talk about my question for the second
Go ahead.
time? I'll ask again. Disturbances. So I think it's fair to say that this also falls into play a lot. You know, any unusual noise, conducting anything that creates loud and unusual noise, disorderly conduct, obstructing entrances, impeding business, anything that disturbs the public from transacting business, obtaining the services provided on postal service property is prohibited.
In a timely fashion. Yep.
I mean, you guys cause fucking scenes in those places all the time.
Now, hold on. Now, are you clumping me with everybody? How many of my post office videos have you watched, buddy?
No, I haven't watched any. I'll admit that. So
okay, so let's not.
So yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But let's talk in general terms here.
Okay. Do I agree?
A lot of the time, the post office videos get heated.
Sure, absolutely. Now, most of the auditors, again, if you haven't watched my videos, I explained it many times. I'm different than about 95% of the auditors out there. The only one that I think would come close to my style is Jeff Gray. And me and Jeff Gray are actually pretty good buddies. I talk to him almost every week. He's a mentor of mine. And for those that don't know, Honor Your Oath is a great channel. I get slack from not only the trolls, but the auditing community because when I came on the scene, my style was so different than most. I'm not into confrontations. You'll hardly ever hear me cuss. I got about 600 videos out there. You might hear me cuss in 2 of them. Okay, I try to stay very respectful. I try to know the laws that I'm dealing with at the time I'm dealing with them. I'm one of the only auditors sponsored by a lawyer, as in sponsor. I don't pay anything for any kind of legal expense. So, I mean, I'm definitely different than 99.9% of the people you've ever dealt with or seen videos of or had on your show.
Well, I've never watched any of your videos, to be honest. So,
if I may,
I watched a few, and like I said, to his credit, usually he's pretty quiet. There's been a couple where he's been kind of rude. I mean, but it's not like everybody else. I mean,
if I may interject, if you take a look in the private chat,
what was that one? I think you were in front of like a gas thing or something, and you were smoking a cigarette, and the guy came out and was complaining about you smoking the cigarette because the trucks were going by or something like that.
Yeah, that actually was just last week in Huntington, Indiana. It was I was on Highway 24 there. I mean, literally right on the shoulder of Highway 24 there. What did you want to know specifically about that audit?
I don't remember the video very well, so I really couldn't talk so much about it. I remember I thought to myself, that was kind of a dick move. I think when the guy first walked up and he asked you about filming.
Yeah, before he walked up, I said, an idiot's coming out. So yeah, I mean, again, sometimes I, narrate a little bit more extreme than I should, but which again is 99% of the guys. But again, I'm narrating to the camera. I'm not narrating. I'm not telling him he's an idiot to his face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not disrespectful in that way. I try not to be. But yeah, I mean, yes. Again, I do that. There was a video I made in County where I gave the officer a nickname of Roly Poly. But again, I was narrating and he didn't hear that, and I stay away from that kind of stuff.
What's the ones at the DMV that Michael's talking about?
I didn't see what Michael was talking about. I can't see the chat. Did you guys flash it up here? I haven't been looking. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I just saw it go by. It was something about the DMV or DOR or something like that. I don't know.
I've had some at the DMV.
Hey, justice for all, take it back.
Jaws looks like it did.
Take it back, justice for all, or I'll perm you. Edit your comment, or I'm perming you.
Yeah. For Michael's question there, a lot of my audits, end up not being quiet. There was an audit in Orange City at the DMV where we ended up clearing out the DMV because what happened there is we went in and again we were quietly standing there. Lady comes over, you can't film here. Yes, I can. You know the deal. And next thing you know, the DMV shuts down service for all the citizens. Well, naturally, the citizens are in an outrage now because I've only got an hour to get back to work, and I need to, get this, whatever. And so the crowd turned on us, and it got pretty heated in there.
But you guys probably caused that. I mean, I didn't see the video, but I would imagine there's a reason they shut down.
Well, right. Yeah. Again, because it got pretty heated, and a gentleman told me that he would break his foot off in my ass, and I told him that Florida was a stand your ground state.
Yeah.
And then
you're the only one that knows the truth, though, Justice. You and your mother.
And what happened then was because I said it was a stand your ground state, meaning that I would defend myself, the gentleman took it to mean that I had a gun. He called the police. I got the 911 call. He said I was going to shoot anybody that came near him. That's what he told the police. And again, this is not something that's not unusual. I got lots of 911 calls where, I'm standing on the sidewalk, but, I'm standing on their property. And a lot of times people lie to the police to get them out there to think I'm breaking the law. But again, like, officer that audit I just did at the gas plant, guy called the police. Police probably talked to him on the phone, and police never showed up because the guy said, well, he's standing on the side of the road and he's just videotaping us. The cops are going, well, nothing to do there. He's allowed to do that. Okay, thanks. Bye. But when you call up the cops and you're like, hey, this guy said he's going to stand his ground. He's going to shoot anybody that comes near him. Yeah. All of a sudden I got 5 units up there, lights ablazing.
Michael says something about.
Yeah. He's saying you threatened to hit the building manager at the Polk County DOR. He was an older guy, and you and your buddy were not very respectable. I
don't even know what a DOR is, but that never happened. I've never once threatened to hit anybody in my video. And again, I've been literally shoved like with all the force a man could muster out of a building, and I've never retaliated, not one time. Nor have I ever threatened anybody to hit anybody at one time because I understand what fighting words are. But if he could prove to me and you guys that I did that, that would be great.
All right. Jay wants us to ask you if you understand how much tax money is wasted because of your bullshit.
I would say probably as much tax money as my family, one of the largest in the country, have given. Probably less, actually.
Your family is one of the largest in the country?
One of the largest in the country.
Is that a fact?
That is a fact. That's a fact.
Okay.
I could provide documentation to prove as such.
Don't say that, though, because then if you don't prove it like Josh Abrams, you'll be one of him.
Yeah, don't be like him, because you're 99.9% not like the other people, right? So don't be like him. So now you guys.
Now you're going to have to prove it. So what's the email?
That's not a problem.
What's the email, Mitch?
You get Mitch Maximus MAXIMUS 25. I'll put it in the comments.
Yeah, put it in the description.
Well, I have no problem putting it on tape, so you guys record this. I'm sure. So my family is the Kesslingers and Withrows out of West Virginia. Kesslinger and Withrows out of West Virginia.
Well, no, all you got to do is just email him some statistical graph saying that you're the whatever greatest, as you quoted, as a fact, and then it's simple.
The greatest.
Yeah, don't put words in my mouth trying to be slick, dude.
Bro,
All
do you
right?
have a job?
Okay, I retract the word
Other
greatest.
than YouTube, do you have a job?
Yeah, actually, I do. I've got the same one for 14 years, and I run a side business for the last 4.
Okay.
I've been married to my wife. Say hello, honey.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just getting to know you.
I've been married to my wife, and we've been together for 19 years, and I've got 2 beautiful little girls that are 7 and 12 years old. So, yeah, I'm the complete package of what a normal citizen should be.
Complete. Minus the go on YouTube and harass police thing. But yeah.
Yep, that's all perspective, my friend. I've got officers that support me. I've got lawyers that support me. I've got people that own multiple businesses.
But isn't everything perspective? Like that's everybody likes it. Like.
Yep, and your perspective is always right, correct?
Right, that's what I was going to say. And so you tend to make your perspective fit the narrative you want. I'll go check out your videos, man. I don't think I ever seen your videos. I like the people that go in quiet and like don't say anything, and even when approached, they're calm still, and they tell.
So you watch people like Jeff Gray?
Hold on, let me finish. They're approached and they immediately tell the person, hey, maybe you should get your manager over here, just so that, but what I don't like is when at the end they tell them, now you've been educated, like you don't have to tell them that. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't usually tell them that.
I'm not saying you do. I can't say you do anything because I've never seen your videos, but somebody's echoing.
Oh, hold on.
I'm not hearing anything.
No, I think it's Mitch's mic.
To his credit, James, like I said, he usually is pretty quiet. I've only watched a couple of his videos, just checking them out, and he's in every one that I've watched, just kind of cherry picking them. He's been pretty quiet, and just not like you're supposed to be quiet, but I mean, not like he hasn't been a dick. Right. But the thing is when he does go with the other people, I think he goes with Rights Crispy or something like that, and some other guys. They're kind of like, they're like real assholes.
Yeah, well, when you so with anything in life, right? The more people you add to any kind of mix, right? Things can get spicy when you can't control every outcome, right? So, like, proven point, like when Josh Abrams will not post a video if he doesn't get confrontation. So he needs to have somebody else like make that confrontation happen. So then he can jump in and then defend civil rights and make it look like a video, right? Because it wouldn't be a video if I walked in, nobody said nothing to me, and I walked out. That doesn't get views. You know what I mean? They want to hear his squeaky cocksucking voice. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I mean, at the same time, I mean, walking around with. So one thing that he does, that probably gets some, some confrontation. He's got a pretty big like camera setup. Like, I mean, like when you walk in with like
that's the purpose.
What kind of equipment do you have, Rogue?
I have a small Sony Handycam, and I have a even smaller 360 Vivitar action cam that's on top. And the reason I have these 2 specific cameras is my Sony Handycam, as you know, they're really small. The bigness might come from the stabilizer that I use to hold 2 cameras in one hand.
Wait, did you just say you got a handy on cam and it's really small? Is that what you said?
That's what I heard.
I wasn't listening. Sorry.
Hey, Mitch.
Handycam.
Hey,
Sony
Mitch.
handy cam.
Oh, sorry, I heard you wrong.
Hey, Mitch.
Yes.
How long we going till?
Just a couple more minutes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I got a while, but I wanted to run out to the store, but I'll just wait then.
Okay. We just got someone else into objective bystander. I'm not sure who you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. If you want to add your 2 cents, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been viewing, 1A for probably about 2 years, and until recently, I never said anything.
I see the camera moving, I just don't hear anybody.
You don't hear him?
Can you hear me?
Talking?
I hear him.
Yeah, I hear him.
Yeah, I've been watching.
I hear everyone else but him.
I've been watching for about 2 years now, but I never commented. But the more I watch, which is less and less, but most of the time,
I don't know, maybe it's me.
Most of the time, it seems.
Yeah, he's talking.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah,
I can hear you.
But it's all opinion. It's all opinion based, because the fact of the matter is, the laws is the law, regardless of how we feel about it. Regardless, it's not to somebody's discretion of how I should, morally, yes, 95% of them are incorrect morally. But the laws don't work on morals, and it's not to somebody's discretion of how I feel they should do it. The laws don't work like that.
Okay.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And, that's the thing I say about me. If I'm doing something illegal, please arrest me. But if I'm not, if I'm exercising my rights correctly, leave me alone.
Exactly.
Exactly. Wait, object bystander. So morally, it's wrong to film the scene of an accident because there's dead people there. And you probably shouldn't be doing that morally because that would be wrong. But fuck my morals because I have a camera and my rights say I can.
Yes, you're correct. That's how laws work. That's how laws work. It's like if y'all was talking about the post office, for example, the post office, I hear the bickering back and forth for years, but nobody took the time out. There's an 800 number, just dial the damn number, ask to speak to the inspector general, and they will tell you that you can do it. Point blank, period. It's not to the discretion of how they feel. And I get tired. I'm tired of it's to my discretion, because I feel it's boring. But do I look at them and say, damn, this person is a fool? Yes, I do say this damn person a fool. And, but at the same time, hey, he's not doing nothing wrong, period. That's not, laws ain't to your discretion.
All right, so you guys follow that theory in all things that are so all your morals, just because something is not
your morals may be different than my morals. Everybody is not a litmus test of morals.
Mitch, I can hear everyone but him. I'm gonna leave and come back.
So you're picking
what you feel is right or wrong that's only morally. I could think something is right, and 50 people can agree with me that is right. But just because 50 people think I'm right, it don't matter. Laws ain't built like that. It's not to somebody's discretion, period. You may agree and then sound fine. Like I said, I've seen auditors I've been following for 2 years. There's several. I don't even watch no more. But occasionally I may just get on. Because they co-sign this one. This is a fool. He's a fool. Eric Brand, he's a fool. Why but you got to follow the law and suit. You can't, it's just crazy. But at the same time, it's not to my discretion. Period.
Right. To the discretion of the officer.
It's not to he's a law officer.
Right,
he's a law officer. He's not a and that's the truth. We get this big old chip on it just because I yell louder than the next person. I'm right. No, It don't work like that. It's disparities. You know, come on, let's, you know, realistically, cut all the bullshit. You know, yeah, there's several. Half of them are so damn dumb as a box of rocks, you know, but that's beside the point. They are following law, which is written in black and white, not to somebody's discretion, whether I like it or not, period.
I got no problem with people going out and expressing their.
It's not to your discretion. That's the whole thing. Everybody get caught up in the feelings. Well, I didn't like the way he yelled. You know, damn Abrams. He has the. You know, Abrams an asshole because I don't like him. You know, that's beside the damn point.
No,
you know, it's not to somebody's discretion. Well, I went down there and I found it boring. So what? Somebody collects stamps that finds it boring. Who gives a damn? Not to your discretion.
There's no reason to go out and act like a piece of shit to someone who's trying to get a.
It's not to your. You know that's the thing about. That's right, but that's your opinion. You know, yes, but it's not. But it's not your job to get on a soapbox and say, and you know, it's your opinion. But they not breaking the law.
And most law has room for discretion. Like disorderly conduct has a. I mean, it's a very gray area because it's got room for discretion. Talking in a tumultuous manner, fighting words.
But it's not to your discretion.
That's the First Amendment. That's the First Amendment. That's protected. We can't mix up law with the damn, but the Bill of Rights.
You gotta draw a line.
It's everybody else's discretion.
There's no reason to go out and act like a piece of shit to some guy that's just
no reason at all. None.
But you know, a piece of shit to you is a gold to someone else.
I get it's not against the law, and that's a big part of why we do this, because people go out and act like pieces of shit. We get it's not against the law. I don't know what you're trying to prove here, because we know it's our opinion. We're very opinionated on this. I'm fully aware that it's not against the law to go act like a piece of shit to a police officer with a video camera. Doesn't mean.
Hence the
title. I don't know what the big truth bomb is that you're dropping.
Tuesday night trash talk. Tuesday night trash talk, which means that we're just talking trash. It's us having fun, giving opinions about. We're not going to change.
There are plenty of people that go out and do it, and they
do it the right way.
Assholes about it.
There ain't the right way. There's not a right way. There's not a right way. An auditor is not a job title that you you know, what's your job? I'm an auditor. Oh, that's tax code number.
They say that all the time.
There's a tax code number, because you know most jobs have a tax ID number. So that's a job title 2001.
It's not a job, but it's a job when it fits their narrative, right?
Right.
No, you know, but what I'm saying is anyone with a camera, which everybody has a camera phone, can do what they do. And, you know, just because I do it don't give me the title of an auditor. It's just a civilian, a regular citizen exercising his damn rights, period.
And so let me ask you this then. When you're out there exercising your rights in whatever way you're exercising your rights and you're doing what you're doing, and then like all of a sudden, for whatever reason, you get put in handcuffs, why is the first thing that comes out of all of these auditors' mouth is, excuse me, can you help me? To another cop.
You know why? Because guess what? Because a police officer's job, that's his job. That's his job. That is his job to, you know, hey, guess what? Just because I'm exercising my right, he's supposed to do his job.
And you know,
regardless of how I feel.
Right. And you know what that other cop is doing? That other cop is using his discretion and leaving you to fucking handcuffs. That's what he's doing.
Hey, but guess what? That's what that's what the court of law is for.
Absolutely.
That's what the court of law is for.
Hey, good luck there.
Yeah, excuse me. So you're a firm believer in you may beat the rep, but you won't beat the ride.
You know, and you know the fact that I'm not an angel. I'm not a saint. I do not, you know, I have nothing against cops. Nothing, not one iota. I am a convicted felon, been to prison, but guess what? Everything I went to prison for, goddamn it, I did. So I'm not mad at no goddamn person. I ain't mad at no police officer. But when I stopped, you know, my shit 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and started my own business. Guess I don't care what the police officers do. I don't care. I don't have to look behind. But like I said, I'm not angel, but I have no malice against no police officer doing their job. Yes, I can act like a damn donkey and run down around the street kicking damn. But guess what? When the police officer comes, he is still supposed to do his job.
Yeah, excuse me. Hey, Masshole, check out those URLs now. I corrected them.
I keep trying to open that and it says not found.
What was the point, though?
PDFs?
Yeah.
We all agree that there's some auditors out there that do the right thing, and then there's some auditors out there that don't. You think all auditors are doing the right thing because it's up to their discretion of how they want to do it. You don't believe in morals. You believe you leave your morals aside when you're fighting for civil rights. That's basically what you came on here to say?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I get tired of hearing people say to their discretion, because I sit and think about, there's there was time whereas, yes, do I think they're abusing it? Yes, I do. Yes, I do believe they're abusing it. I see half of the dumb shit they do is fucking insane.
You wanna know what
If you ask me, but there's some people that do it well. But
right.
But at the same time, you can't pick and choose because this person holds a sign. Then everybody says, well, Jeff Gray, he's a great one. But guess what? He holds a sign too sometimes. So, you just can't pick and choose. It's just outrageous.
You can, because there's people that come on and they're only doing it for the views and for the YouTube fame and all that. And they're putting shade over the auditing community and making everyone look bad.
It's not a community for one, because there are several. There's auditors that don't do it for notoriety. There's Quincy up in Springfield. There's the gentleman in Columbus, Georgia, that don't do it for the notoriety. They ain't doing it for no damn check.
When did we say that's not the case? Because we're well aware there are plenty of auditors that we never talk about. There are plenty of auditors that I've never even heard of because they don't do anything stupid.
Right.
They don't go out and act like assholes. I understand. If someone does it and isn't an asshole about it to people just trying to get a paycheck and support their family, I have no idea who they are because I don't care about them. Let them do their thing. I'm all for it. Okay? But when you start acting like a jackass, like Josh Abrams.
What's a jackass? Hey, what's a jackass?
Come on, you're a fucking grown man.
Wait for you to finish, man.
No, personally, I think, Josh Abrams, I've seen him, see, it's amazing. I sit back and watch the damn thing. I see who comes on the panel. I've been looking at it. I know the mods on the other channels because I've been looking at it. Nobody know the backstory. Just people, Joe Blow come up here, pops up here, and he has credibility.
Oh, I know the backstory.
What what? The backstory of half of these auditors.
Well, I've known.
Well,
Josh
hey, look at it this way.
Years, so don't tell me I don't know the backstory of Josh Abrams.
Right.
Like I said, I can sit. Most of the information I get off. I watch a video. When I sell them now, I get all my information in the chat because I see who's in there, who's there, who's this.
Great place to get your information.
That's the best place to do. You see who's in there, the same place, and just read in the chat.
It's in the YouTube chat.
Objective.
Mitch.
Yo.
Can I say something to him?
Yeah.
Hey, Objective. Listen, man. Our goal is not to sort out the auditors. Our goal is to report on what's going on in the world of whatever, whether it's auditors, whatever it is, whether it's coronavirus, whatever it is. A lot of the focus is on auditors, though, and it's on the ones that are scamming their viewers. It's on the ones that are shitbags. It's not on the ones that are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So if you're the type of person that likes shitbags and likes people who scam people and all that, that's your objective. You can do that. But we don't throw good people under the bus. So
who's a good person? Who's a good auditor? In your opinion, and I have my list too, because I know most. Believe me, I've been watching for 2 years.
Batusa, however you say his name.
Batusai. And I know Philip. Philip Turner. That's him. But like I said, that's old. He hasn't put a video in probably a year.
Yeah, because all these other scumbags are coming in here e-begging.
You know, but exactly. It's a hustle.
No. Excuse me. The reason Philip's not doing it because he has a career now.
He had a job then. He was a basketball. You know, he was working then. But the fact of the matter is, now it became a hustle. Now the ex-cons who are not scared to go to jail. Who the hell gives, if you've done 5 years, who gives a damn about doing 30 days and might hit a lick of $40,000?
Yeah, Masshole.
You know, it's a hustle now, and it is appalling.
In Discord.
Right.
Objective. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
So today, Josh Abrams posted a video saying something about that dude getting shot by BAO or BAO, however the heck you say his name, getting shot. And he made that video. BAO, yeah. He made that video only for members, like for his member people to watch. So he's using BAO getting pepperballed. He's using that as clickbait to make money for his channel. I mean, I respect the hustle, but like that's kind of dirty, you don't think?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, for sure. Oh. Yeah. Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Hey, when this wraps up, can you give me your ear for 5 in Discord?
Yeah. I mean, it's after midnight, but yeah. All right. So I don't know. I don't get where that guy thinks that we don't understand the difference. That there are some people out there that aren't being assholes, but
yeah, we tried to explain it to him. He didn't.
They're being outnumbered.
Yeah. Diver, I tried multiple times. I don't know.
I sent you the documents. They're in Discord. Just the whole documents in the message.
All right. Are they? What is it about? Is it about Poster 7? Is that what it is?
No, it's about the U.S. Postal Service. Those are the internal memos that they are to. One of which they're supposed to read to every employee how to deal with auditors.
All right, let me try one more time. See if I can get it to work.
Yeah, not the URLs. I sent you the documents themselves.
Okay.
I don't know if any of you are on.
Okay, yeah, this looks like it's working.
All right, I don't know how many of you are on Discord. Actually, I think all of you are. But in CRUD, their Civil Rights Unites is a lot of my work, as well as fanclub.com. Yeah, that's it. But the both locations are duplicates pretty much. There's a little bit more in CRUD than is in Fan Club, but it's the research I've been doing, and it's there for auditors to use. And at least with Fan Club, it's open to everyone.
So I like this comment right here. Oh, not that one. This one. If the cops were as bad as the auditors make them out to be, the streets would run with blood. And that's true because, they're all armed. They're the ones with the guns. If there were these horrible people, things would be a lot worse.
For sure, man.
Like we were saying the other night, less than 1% of police officers are the bad guys. And that less than 1%, when the rest of the 99% hear about that one guy, that guy that is a bad police officer, they all hate the guy.
Yeah.
Because they're making him.
Let me ask you a question, guys, and let me see if you guys have maybe seen the same statistic. 40% of law enforcement involved in domestic dispute. You think that's correct?
I've heard that too, and that may be correct, but you know what I think, and I'm not making.
So hold on, doesn't that blow the 1% of bad cops out? Because isn't 40% of domestic abusers bad?
Isn't what now?
If it's true that 40% of law enforcement officers are involved in domestic abuse, doesn't that blow your 1% of officers as bad, seeing that 40% of them are domestic abusers?
Yeah, but the thing is that statistic isn't proven. I don't believe. I mean that would mean that over half of just under half of my department would have beaten their wives within the length of their career.
Right.
What would you put that percentage at, Officer Oak? That you think have been involved in domestic?
Was that
I know of? I only know of one officer that's had a domestic incident, and it was actually his wife that was the aggressor. and that was the only one incident I know of.
How long of a span was it that where they took this data? Was it like over a long period of time where the 40% came from? You know, because you got to look at it that way. And out of that 40%, were there any convictions, or was it just like, you know, they were told to go to therapy and things were resolved? And in that case, they don't fall into the percentage of bad cops because they still probably kept their jobs, right? So I think it's two different. When you think of the 1% of the bad cops that are out there, those are the guys that are committing serious crimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, my question would be, is that 40% of the 1%? I don't know. I've never seen that statistic.
Right.
I was looking at it one night after we talked about it, and I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on, guys. My wife just looked it up for me. You can go to womenandpolicing.com/violence.ff.asp.
I'll look it up, but I don't know if that's. That seems like it's going to be pretty biased. I'm sure it can be disproved.
It's actually done with two different studies.
It has studies.
What was it again? What was the back? What was the?
It's womenandpolicing.com/violence FS.ASP. Or you could probably just go to womenandpolicing.com. It's called the Police Family Violence Fact Sheet.
What is it? Police Family Fact Sheet?
How did I sound stupid? I made a perfect statement. That's why you gotta love chat.
Oh, what the fuck?
Can you see my camera?
I got it.
Yeah, I see it, kind of. I think he has the same page up now.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I have 2 years after as well. And also, I have a certification in architectural drafting and design. I'm nationally certified. Also, if you want to know, my IQ is 154 on the full battery test. I fall into what's called the 1 percentile. Yeah, absolutely. Me and Mitch are going to talk, guys. And at some point, maybe get a show together to talk about prison and the processes behind prison and, you know, everything that, you know, you go through from arrest, from county jail all the way through and what it's like and the people you meet. And so, yeah. And I would hope that chat would come with a lot of questions for Mitch as well.
Sorry, I'm just reading this. So,
oh, you're good, man. I was just talking to chat.
Because the officer who is abusing and has a gun knows the. What? I don't know. Where does this study come from? Okay, let me see where these.
No, I don't live in my mom's basement. I live in a nice, really big house with my soon-to-be wife.
I don't know. There's a lot to read right now. It's after midnight, so I don't wrap it up. But I will read this right.
For sure.
All right. Diver, is there a specific thing you wanted me to read on those documents real quick? Or?
I just wanted the two gentlemen to see them.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I just
yeah. I mean, this is like hold on, let me bring it on screen. This is like a document that's like basically just telling them what to do, right? When they someone with a camera comes in?
This was 2 years ago. Mandatory stand up and talk. Every postal employee was supposed to have this read to them.
Yeah. Safety will be in place.
And the thing is, not all agencies use the Federal Protection Services. Some of them use local security guards. Some of them use their postal inspectors if they happen to be local. And some of them don't use any security at all.
But also, it says let law enforcement handle the situation.
They bring in the local law enforcement. Because there's not enough postal inspectors anymore to be at every post office.
Yeah.
They're having enough financial trouble having UPS and FedEx and whatever else X.
So this, I mean, I what I take from this is that they don't want people filming there, but they also don't want their employees engaging with these people because it causes issues. So instead of engaging with them, if someone's filming, report them, and then refrain from interacting, report them, and then resume your normal work.
Exactly.
Right. They don't want conflict, and that's great, right there. They're trying to, not give the people what they want, which would have been the interaction. So let's keep them away from interacting with them.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like some frauders, whatever, that they would come and they would just read this one part right here. See, do not insist they stop filming. Do not ask their name.
Right, and they wouldn't read anything else.
Exactly. That's all that they would read of this document. But if you read the whole thing, I think it's clear that this document is telling them to refrain from interacting with them, report them to the police, and then resume your normal duties to have the police remove them.
Yep.
So this would mean that police are the authorized. What was the wording? The authorized individuals that can have them vacate the premises.
Right.
The Postal Service is getting authorization to police to have people leave the property.
But even if they do read the whole thing, then they're going to try and use that against them as well, because they'll see that their staff is being told to avoid them. So they're going to approach the staff then to try and get that contact. You know what I mean? Which is an auditor's way of then causing the commotion that this letter is trying to avoid.
Are you guys familiar with Desert Sentinel?
Okay, so yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's done several post offices, and he never had a problem. The problem is the attitude and the behavior of the individual behind the camera.
I agree with that. Yeah, so look at this. So this is directly from the post office, customer relations guidance, photography and filming on property. Disruptive activities, they tend to impede the transactions of the business. All right, here we go. So can someone conduct this? And this is straight from the post office. Can someone conduct photography, film inside postal facilities? No. Any photography or filming inside postal facilities must be approved in advance by management. Any media request should be referred to strategic communication. Outside, sure, yes. Can someone film a scene for a short film or independent film? Not without approval. So I mean, this is for internal use. I mean,
and you see how old it is.
Yeah, 2017. I mean,
that's about the time all of this was starting up.
Right, and that's when they then did Poster 7, right?
No, Poster 7's been up for decades.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I get it. 17 just because it's 2017. I mean, have they sent out a second internal memo on things, or is this
the other one? The first one that you brought up was 2018.
Okay.
But if this is all internal, then the auditors don't know that. Do you know what I mean? They don't. maybe they should post this out front then, or would that cause more disturbance?
I don't know. I saw a video of Rogue Nation. He goes into a DA's office that has a no filming sign on it, and he films the sign and then he walks in.
He's not the only one. There's an individual here in New Jersey who did it at a Social Security Administration office. The first thing that they filmed after going through the first door were the signs in both English and Spanish. No cameras, no recording, and walked right past them. But filmed them first. And she got chased out. That's time to change.
Everybody
Jersey
hit
style.
that. Everybody hit that thumbs up button in chat, man. It helps. It helps. Thank you to everybody, whether you're here for Mitch, whether you're here for Officer Oak, whether you're here for Kate, whether you're here for anybody. Just help the community grow, man. It's awesome. It's building a nice, awesome community, getting a lot of people coming in here live. Viewers are staying, you know. When you do things legit in life and you look out for people, this is what happens. Good thing comes to people who are good people.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do for the last 2 years, is set up a library for these people to go research this stuff. So they know what they're doing wrong, what they can and cannot do from where.
My bad, y'all. I dropped off.
I appreciate everybody coming on tonight. I'm not as good a sound guy, and there's no way I can name everybody that came in, but thank you to everybody that did. We'll be back on Sunday night at 7 p.m. We'll throw a video out this week. We'll surprise you on what it's about. All right, I appreciate everybody coming on.
Yeah,
real quick, Officer Roke, make sure you message me at Discord.
Jump in, Masshole friend voice before you go to bed, please.
I'll talk to you tomorrow, man. It's after midnight.
All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow then.
All right.
All right, I'll see y'all in voice.
Thanks for coming on, guys. Appreciate it.
Good morning.
Appreciate it. Y'all take care.
All right, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button on the way out.